Don't make your troubles heavier than they need to be. There's a really interesting quote by Seneca. How does it help to make your troubles heavier by bemoaning them? And we have a tendency to become attached to our troubles. They become part of who we are, and therefore we can't let them go easily. For example, somebody who has failed a test might consider themselves a failure. They become attached identity wise to the fact that they failed, and now they're a failure and therefore begin to fail other things. Or let's say they failed on a project at work, and now their project failure becomes a part of who they are, so they avoid projects in the future. When we really step into our troubles and put them on our shoulders and amplify them, and when we really attach to them and start moaning about them or complaining or identifying as a victim because of our troubles, we're actually attracting more of the same thing because our mind is focusing on that. We're putting energy into that idea, and then our subconscious goes, okay, well, let's find more of that for you. So that it starts growing and circling and growing and circling until the point where it's so big it either breaks us or we find a way out. Alternatively, we can look at our trouble and say, that's interesting. How is this an opportunity of growth? It's not belittling the fact that it's a hard thing or a difficult thing, but there's enough pain in our life. We don't need to add suffering on top of it. And negative thinking is suffering, right? The repetitive reliving of the same event or action or memory. So if we choose to step out of our problem, look at the problem and go, how do we make this better? How do we solve it? How do we learn and grow from this? It's a totally different experience then. Because now, not only is it a teaching mechanism for somebody else, because we can turn our stuff, our difficulties, into a message for somebody else. Because once we solve it, we can help solve it for somebody else, which is also an opportunity for business too. Or we can take it on as a method of learning for ourselves, personal development. We don't gain anything by self-pity and blaming and victimizing ourselves. All that is circling the drain. So when you feel yourself attaching to the outcome of something or the problem itself, take a step back and say, whoa, not for me, not today. I'm going to find a way to make this better. I'm going to find a way to grow from this experience, and your life will change. Because now you're taking personal responsibility of your success, of your growth, and of your mind and where you're putting your energy. So think back over the last week. How can you apply this? Is there a moment where you did step into your problem and bring it in and identify with it? And is there a way to convert that experience into something healthier, into a way to grow? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Otherwise, if you need help, send me a message, and have a beautiful day.